When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Welcome to Southview High School. Rob Polinsky on WLCS TV 20 today, bringing you what we think will be a good matchup between the Admiral King Admirals and the Southview Saints. Glad you could join us. These two teams having outstanding seasons in the Lake Erie League, and it'll be the Admirals and the Southview Saints for the only time they play this year. On the mound for the Saints is Reese Bennett, and our first batter is Anthony Ramos, shortstop for Admiral King. He comes in batting .501 on the season. First pitch, that's a ball low, ball one. Being joined by a member of the Ohio Valley Redcoats today for parts of the game, Kevin Griffin, welcome to Lorain.
Thanks, Rob. Good to be here.
Good to be here. Good to see you. The 1-0 pitch, there's a called strike, 1-1. You're from?
Roanoke, Virginia.
All right. So what do you think of Lorain so far?
It's nice. Having a good time, and it seems like a nice town, and just enjoying it so far.
The 1-1 pitch, there's an off-speed pitch, a called strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, opening batter of the game. Our umpire behind the plate is Mr. Bob Funk, and on the base is Larry Alton. Here's the 1-2 from Bennett. There's a high fastball, 2-2. We'll set the Southview defense for you. At first base is John Hooks. Over at second is Mike Carney. Ryan Valentin plays short, and Tony Gonzalez is the third baseman for the Saints. Curveball that's going to be hit to shortstop. Valentin comes up with it. The long throw over to first, not in time, and it gets away from Hooks, and that is going to enable Ramos to get to second. So Ramos will stop at second. Infield hit in there, Kevin?
Yes. Well,
what do you think? You tell me.
I would say it'd be just an infield hit, in there on the
because you got to
baseman.
get on the first baseman.
Yes,
okay. Put you on the spot right away, Kevin.
Yeah, caught me off guard.
We have a runner on second and nobody out, and Rocky Ferraro, the center fielder for the Admirals, will come up. Rocky comes up batting .400. You see Ferraro there in the right-hand batter's box. That's a bit low, 1-0. Admiral King has the road gold tops on with their white pants. The Southview Saints, you see them there with the blue jerseys, and they've got the gray pants. Dan Ransom, the head coach for Admiral King, down at third base. The 1-0, that's going to be hit down the line, and it's going to be a base hit. That'll score a run. Ramos around third. He'll score easily. And heading in for second now is Ferraro. The throw to second, the tag, and he is safe. So Ferraro gets a double and an RBI, and it's 1-0. So the Admirals right away take advantage of that error, Kevin, and it's 1-0. And errors are costly no matter what level of baseball you're playing.
That's right. Good defense, good pitching, timely hitting. That's how you win these games.
Coming up to bat is Kevin Samaskovich. Samaskovich is the third baseman for the Saints. That one hit Samaskovich, so he goes to first base. So Bennett struggling here in the first inning. He's faced 3 batters, and they have all reached base, I should say. Reese comes in with a 2-2 record. The young man has pitched 21 in the third innings, 3.94 ERA. He has struck out 13 and walked 16. And now coming to the plate is catcher Russ Toth. Toth batting .227. 2 on, nobody out in the top of the first. The Admirals up 1-0. The off-speed pitch is high and inside. It's 1-0. So the Admirals with 1 in and still have a rally going here. The 1-0 offering. That one's going to be hit up the middle and through for a base hit. It'll score a run. And racing over to third is Samaskovich. 2-0 Admiral King, and we still haven't recorded an out yet, Kevin.
Yeah, they're jumping on them early here. A lot of times that first inning is the hardest one for pitchers.
Why is that? Just to kind of get in your rhythm?
I couldn't tell you. Being a catcher, I don't understand sometimes, but it's getting a feel for the mound and jumping in there and starting to get the ball over and hit your spots.
Jordan Simmons, left fielder, batting .307, comes up. takes a look at ball one. In the outfield for Southview, it's Vince Calez in left, Micah Smith in center, and Manny Navarro in right field. Simmons also played basketball for the Admirals this past winter. The pitch, that one's low and inside. Kevin, what high school sports did you play?
I played football and baseball.
And then obviously now just concentrating on baseball.
Yeah, football. I love football, but, you know, I figured if I had a career, it would be in baseball. So
the pitch, there's a called strike. And, of course, you're a member of the Ohio Valley Redcoats, and you guys are getting set to play some games up at Campana Park in Lorain the first part of June. I know you've got to be excited about the season just about to get underway.
Yeah, definitely. We've been up here for about close to a week now.
There's a fly ball to left field that Calez will come under, and he will record the first out. And holding at third is Samaskovich, as he cannot score. But on the play, as it's thrown home, the runner advances. Toth advanced to second base. So they didn't hit the cutoff man, and that enables Toth to move up a base, and that puts two runners in scoring positions now, Kevin.
Yeah, that's big. Cutoff man is key. He tagged up from first. It's a perfect example of why you need to hit the cutoff man.
P.J. Carter now steps up. P.J. is the pitcher for Admiral King today. He wants to help his own cause here. Off-speed pitch is 1-0. So tell us a little bit about the Ohio Valley Redcoats. I know there's going to be an awful lot of people in Lorain excited and interested in this minor league team this year.
Yeah, we're an independent professional league, playing the Frontier League. We're not affiliated with Major League Baseball, so it's a good chance for guys to get some looks and, of course, try to fulfill their dream and make it to the major leagues. But it's professional ball, so it's good ball. We got a lot of guys that played, you know, affiliated baseball, and some guys that, you know, are just fresh out of college. But good opportunity.
Carter takes a look at that one. It's 1-2. How about your background?
I finished college ball last spring at Ferrum College in Ferrum, Virginia, and I bounced around last summer at tryout camps and stuff like that. The
1-2, swing and a miss for strike three. Out number two. Go ahead.
I was invited to a tryout camp by the San Diego Padres, and that's where I signed with the Evansville Otters, which is actually in this Frontier League, and then I was traded to the Redcoats. So that's how I got here today.
And you're 22, 23?
23.
Chad Glassbrenner, second baseman, steps up, takes a look at ball one. How is it the transition been from college ball to professional baseball?
It's not too bad. I mean, pitching, I guess, would be the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pitching's a lot deeper in professional baseball.
1-0 pitch. There's a called strike, 1-1.
College, you got your, you know, one or two studs that go out there, and then after that it kind of drops off. And here, you know, you got everybody on the rotation can throw the ball. So
here's the 1-1 from Bennett. 2 on and 2 out in the top of the first. That bounces in 2-1. What are your strengths as a player, and what are some things you need to work on if you're going to move up?
Well, I'm a catcher, so I pride myself in defense, actually. I like to work hard behind the plate, and I think I'm a pretty good defensive catcher. I know there's a few things with hitting that I can always improve on. Well, there's a few things with everything you can always improve on, but just hitting the ball consistently would be something that I'd like to improve on, and learning the game a little bit behind the plate.
3-1, that swung on and missed. A full count now. And I'm sure you're taking this time. You guys are going to have to learn the pitchers. They have to learn you. You need to know what they can and can't do.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big...
That one's going to be hit up the middle, picked up by the shortstop, Valentin. His throw to first in time, and the Admirals get 2 in, but they leave 2 on the bases. So 2 runs in the top of the first for Lorain Admiral King. After half an inning, it's the Admirals 2, the Saints coming to bat. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
What do you think of when you see a Shriner? Their unique red hats, their colorful parades? What about helping kids? Shriners Hospitals offer some of the world's best orthopedic, spinal cord, and burn medical care to children totally free of charge. And they combine that care with innovative teaching and progressive research programs. Sure, the Shriners have a lot of fun, but helping kids is a part of that fun. If you know a child that they could help, call this number. Shriners, having fun and helping kids.
Bottom of the first inning, the Southview Saints coming to bat for the first time, trailing 2-0. They're going to face P.J. Carter and the Admiral King Admirals. Ryan Valentin will step in, the shortstop, batting .339 on the season. The first pitch for the afternoon for P.J. Carter is a called strike. P.J., 6-1 season, 2.44 ERA, and 43 innings pitched. He has 43 strikeouts. The 0-1, there's a bender, and that's off the plate, 1-1. So P.J. Carter having an outstanding year for Admiral King. After Valentin, it will be second baseman Mike Carney and third baseman Tony Gonzalez. The top of the order, swing and a miss on the fastball, 1-2. Let's look at the Admiral King defense. At pitcher is P.J. Carter. Behind the plate is Russ Toth. Over at first is Dan Bieber. At second, Chad Glassbrenner. At short, Anthony Ramos. And at third base, Kevin Samaskovich. That's low and outside, 2-2. In left field, Jordan Simmons. In center is Rocky Ferraro. And in right field, Matt Jones. The Admirals with 2 in the top of the first lead 2-0. And the 2-2 pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that one strikeout per inning, that holds true here for the first batter. And this is the 44th inning of work for Carter. And again, that's his 44th strikeout. Mike Carney now steps in. Mike, a second baseman, batting .520. And if Carter is on, he is going to be tough for the Saints to hit, Kevin. The pitch, that one's fouled at the plate. Kevin Griffin of the Ohio Valley Redcoats joining us on today's telecast from Roanoke, Virginia. The Ohio Valley Redcoats will be playing at Campana Park June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So you want to come on out and check out minor league baseball in Lorain. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And you guys have to be excited about the opportunity, I would think.
Yes, definitely. Anytime you get a chance to play baseball professionally, you got to make the best of it.
That's not all bad, is it?
No, sir.
The 0-2. That one's going to be swung and left in a pretty deep right center field. Ferraro on the run. It's going to be over his head up against the fence. And it should be a stand-up double for Carney as he got into that one and hit a double in the right center field. Carney rips a double over Ferraro's head. He had a beat on it, Kevin, but that one was deep and over his head, and Rocky couldn't get there.
Yeah, that was a good. He stayed on that ball and drove it in the right center. It was a good piece of hitting right there.
And now coming up will be Tony Gonzalez. Tony batting .516, the third baseman. How's the high school baseball down in Virginia?
Where I'm from, we got good ball. I played AAA. Our school was AAA. It goes single A, double A, AAA. Being AAA being the most students. But we have pretty good talent down there. Our team always usually made it to the regionals.
Gonzalez batting .516, takes a swing and a miss, evens the count at 1-1. Carter comes set. The 1-1, that's fouled straight back, 1-2. Gonzalez on the year, 1 homer, 23 RBIs. Tony with an on-base percentage of .581 and a slugging percentage of .813. Pops that one up. Toth, the catcher, gets rid of the mask, goes back, and you see him make the catch for out number 2. So Carter gets a tough customer in Tony Gonzalez right there, and now Micah Smith comes up. Micah, the center fielder, batting .442. Micah on the year, 4 homers and 35 RBIs. Carney at second after his 1-out double. And that one's low and outside 1-0. You guys just kind of getting to know each other right now since you're just starting your spring training. That one's chopped. Coming up is shortstop Ramos, the throw to first, and it's in time. We'll get back to that with Kevin after this. But after 1 inning of play, it's the Admirals 2, the Saints nothing. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Go anywhere. Do anything. The power is yours. Cordless power. But be cool with your cordless power. If you've got old rechargeable batteries hanging around, take them in to be recycled. It's easy, and it's good for the environment. Check us out online, or give us a call at 1-800-8-BATTERIES to learn more.
Top of the second inning, the King Admirals leading 2-0 as we begin inning number 2. And we have batting Matt Jones, right fielder. He'll be followed by Dan Bieber. Then back to the top of the order and Anthony Ramos. The Admirals lead 2-0 after 1 inning of play. Ken, we were talking about you and your teammates getting to know each other a little bit. And that's probably where you sort of are right now in spring training.
Yeah, we got guys from all over the country, and it's fun to get to know guys and their backgrounds and where they played and things like that.
The pitch. That one's going to be bounced foul, 1-1. What do you think of the makeup of the team? What have you seen so far?
Right now I think we're looking good. I just, I'm new to this league, so I don't know what to expect. But we got a good squad in right now. It's just a matter of, going out there and playing, making it happen.
The pitch. That one's going to be tapped foul, 1-2. Obviously, you guys want to be seen as individuals and move up the ladder. That's no secret. But also, as a team, you want to win. You kind of have to combine those two things, I would think.
Right, definitely. Everybody wants to be seen and do good personally, but above all is the team game.
There's a called strike. Strike 3 for out number 1. And now coming up is first baseman Dan Bieber. Dan batting 157. 3 RBIs for the senior first baseman. He'll be going to Dartmouth College in the fall. And continuing his basketball career. Swing and a miss for strike 1. On the mound again for Southview is Reese Bennett. The Admirals scored 2 in the top of the first to take a 2-0 lead. There's a called strike, 0-2. So Bennett out in front of Bieber here. Reese trying to bounce back after that first inning, Kevin.
Yeah, he got off to a little slow start, but it looks like he's settling down a little bit right now.
Here's the 0-2. There's a fastball, swing and a miss for strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Bennett to open the top of the second. And now we're back to the top of the order, and Anthony Ramos. He singled and scored in the first inning. Ramos came in batting .501. He has 15 RBIs on the season for Dan Ransom's Admiral King Admirals, who are 16-9 overall, 9-4 in Lake Erie League. There's a called strike, the low strike. The call goes to Bennett. Again, our umpires today behind the plate is Bob Funk, and on the bases is Larry Alton. That one's going to be smacked up the middle. Coming up with it is Valentin, the shortstop. He'll throw high to first, and Ramos will score. We'll get to first. He needs to go 3 bases further to score. But John Hooks did a good job there, Kevin, the first baseman, coming up with that baseball because Valentin let it fly, and Hooks had to he saved a base there by coming off and able to jump up and make that catch.
Yeah, shortstop made a good play right there. Just let it go a little high. It happens.
Rocky Ferraro now steps up. He had an RBI double in the first inning, and he would later score. Throw to first. They might have him. No. We're above the Southview dugout here at Southview, and I think you could probably hear some of the Saints who thought maybe they had a pickoff there, as they had Ramos leaning. Ferraro now. Ramos is going, swinging a foul tip, strike one. And Ramos will have to go back to first. So the Admirals up 2-0. Look to be aggressive here on the bases. Don Jacobin, Mike Q, Bob Schlumbaker, and Joe Bach, the crew here on WLCS TV 20, doing all the hard work this afternoon. Bringing you this game. Throw over to first to John Hooks. That time Ramos had plenty of time to get back. Dan Ransom giving the signals now, the third base coach and the head coach for Lorain Admiral King. That one's high to Ferraro, ball one. Behind the plate for the Saints, that is Matt Majoris, who is the catcher. Reese Bennett on the mound. That one's lifted high to straightaway center field. Micah Smith is camping underneath that one, and he'll make the put out for out number 3. So Bennett in the second inning bounces back, and the Admirals get no runs. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After an inning and a half, it's Admiral King 2, Southview nothing. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20.
Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
Losing your eyesight doesn't have to be a part of aging, thanks to a national program that offers no-cost services to qualified seniors. Eye Care America, a public service foundation of the American Academy of Ophthalmology, provides access to medical eye care for senior citizens. To find out if you qualify for medical eye care at no cost, call the number on your screen. Call today. This call could save your sight.
Home half of the second inning for the Southview Saints, trailing 2-0. It'll be Patrick Mcrae, Vince Calez, and Matt Majoris, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Brad Turnus' Southview Saints. Mcrae, designated hitter, batting .389, has 10 RBIs on the campaign. Here's the pitch from P.J. Carter, and it's ball 2. Carter had a strong first inning, Kevin, giving up no runs on just 1 hit.
Yeah, he looked pretty sharp first inning.
2-0, there's a fastball.
Guys got on him, got a couple hits here. Seeing some pitches now, working him a little bit.
3-0, how important is that?
Oh, that's real important. I mean, especially in high school ball, I know you see a lot of guys aggressive up there wanting to hit the ball every time, but you always got to, be patient and get a good pitch to hit. Right there was a good at bat. He took a leadoff walk.
And now it's Mcrae. We have Patrick Mcrae now up. I had a change in my lineup. Mcrae is up, and that was a walk to Calez, so pardon me. We have Mcrae, the designated hitter, now batting .389. That was Vince Calez, left fielder, who walked, who was batting .224. Mcrae is the DH. Man on first, nobody out. Saints trailing 2-0. Takes a look at a called strike. These two rivals, this will be the only time they meet. They play in opposite divisions of the Lake Erie League. both having outstanding seasons. The pitch, that one's ripped into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Rounding second and heading for third is Calez. Mcrae is going to try to go for 2, and he'll get there. So a double, and the Saints have the tying runs in scoring position. Patrick Mcrae went with that pitch, Kevin, and drove it into right field for the base hit.
Yeah, that was a good piece of hitting right there. Ball in the outer half. He just stayed on it, drove it in the right. That's what you got to do.
And now Matt Majoris, catcher, batting .271 with 11 RBIs, will come up. The Saints with an excellent opportunity here. Runners at second and third, nobody out, and the Admirals bring the defense in on the right side. Actually, now they're basically everybody in. Called strike 0-1. A lot of different ways you can play this defensively, Kevin.
Yeah, I guess
the 0-1, that's going to be lifted foul. Opportunity for third baseman to come down and not able to make the play. A sliding job by Samaskovich. Samaskovich with a heck of an effort, but he couldn't come up with it. Well, baseball's a game of inches, Kevin, and right there we had an example as Samaskovich, the third baseman, if that ball was hit just a little bit higher, would have been able to make that put out.
Right. That's good hustle, though. A little bit higher, a little bit, closer to the field of play. He would have had it.
Now Majoris, he's in the hole 0-2. The open stance, the pitch, that's ripped into center field for a solid base hit. Getting around third is Mcrae. He's going to come in and score, and we are tied at 2. Nice job by Bieber, the first baseman, the cutoff man, cutting that off. And he'll hold Majoris to first for the single, but a 2 RBI single for Matt Majoris, and the Saints have knotted it up at 2. And now John Hook steps up. John, a first baseman, batting .297, 14 RBIs on the season. Majoris at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss on the fastball, strike 1. Kevin, you detect anything different here in this inning than the first inning, or the Saints just getting a little bit better looks this inning?
Well, they're getting a little more patient, getting better pitches to hit. They're, not just swinging out of their shoes. They're hitting good pitches and just driving the ball, line drives.
Hooks awaits the 0-1. Carter's pitch, that one you see is low, ball 1. Again, Dan Bieber's at first, Chad Glassbrenner at second. Anthony Ramos plays shortstop for the Admirals. It's Kevin Samaskovich at third. P.J. Carter on the mound, Russ Toth behind the plate. That one's high and inside, 2-1. Left to right field, it's Jordan Simmons, Rocky Ferraro, and Matt Jones. Rob Polinsky being joined by Kevin Griffin of the Ohio Valley Redcoats, who is a catcher on the team. They'll be playing in Lorain. First of the month, swing and a miss. And Kevin, any advice for maybe young kids watching this that are catchers or just baseball players in general, or advice for high school catchers?
Oh, I don't know. There's about a million things you can say, I guess. Just always work hard, and there's always somebody watching you, so you never know.
The pitch, that one's hit to second base. Glassbrenner comes up with it. Over to Ramos for 1. The throw to first, a double play. Good defense that time for the Admirals. A 4-6-3 double play, and there are now 2 out in the bottom of the second. And that is a rally killer right there, because now you have nobody on and 2 outs. In the ninth man in the order, Manny Navarro, right fielder, 2 RBIs. Manny batting .455. Boy, when you have a hitter with a .455 average in your 9-hole, tells you a little bit about the lineup that Brad Turnus' Saints have this year. Pitch from Carter, and Navarro swings late, 0-1. Pitch from Carter. There's a curveball that's going to be chopped to Ramos at short. The throw to first, and Bieber comes off the bag and can't hang on to the bag for the out. Bieber did a great job catching that ball, though, Kevin, and keeping Navarro at first.
Yeah, he had to come off the bag to get it as a good play, because you don't want to put another base runner on second base with 2 outs.
And now the Saints will go back to the top of the order. Ryan Valentin. Ryan struck out to begin the game. The shortstop has 3 RBIs on the season, and he bats .339. Matt Jones, the right fielder, shaded over into right center field. That one's popped up in the infield. Glassbrenner, the second baseman, underneath it, and you see him make the put out. The Saints with a good inning. They get 2 runs. They tie it up on 2 base hits. There was a walk and 1 left. After 2, it's Southview 2, Admiral King 2. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20 in Lorain.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service and banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Freedom to think for yourself.
To disagree with the government.
Freedom to be equal.
To be different.
Freedom to raise a family.
To marry the man I love.
The freedom to worship the God of my choice.
To live with dignity.
The freedom to be me.
To be whatever I want to be.
Defending freedom for over 200 years.
Well, it's a brand new game in the top of the 3rd inning. We are tied at 2 as Southview with 2 in the bottom of the 2nd. They have answered the 2 runs that the Admiral scored in the top of the 1st. It's a brand new game at 2. And for the Admiral King Admirals, coming up, they'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. It'll be Kevin Samaskovich, who was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, Russ Totes, who had an RBI single, and Jordan Simmons, who flew out to left field. Reese Bennett now with the first pitch of the 3rd inning. That one's low for ball 1. What are some of your impressions through the first couple innings, Kevin, what you've been watching?
I'm pretty impressed. It's good. Looks like good ball, you know. Guys are hitting the ball well.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Pretty solid defense so far, a couple errors. Looks good.
Any of these guys maybe potential Redcoats?
You never know.
The 1-1, that's going to be hit down the line. Foul, it'll be 1 and 2.
Yeah, you never know. Baseball's a funny game. Guys bounce around, and I know in high school a lot of guys that nobody thought they could, do much, and they ended up playing professional or, playing at big schools or something.
The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Out number 1. And that is the 4th strikeout for Bennett. And that's his 3rd in the last inning. Russ Toth now steps up. Toth, 2 homers, 20 RBIs now on the season, 227 average for the catcher. There's a call, strike 0-1. Saints come in with a record of 16-7, 11-2 in the league, and Admiral King 16-9. There's a chopper to Valentin. His throw to first not in time, and we have a runner at first. So Jordan Simmons now will come up with 1 on and 1 out. What is it about baseball, Kevin, that you like and that you wanted to try to make a profession out of it?
Oh, I just like everything about it. Ever since I was little, I just loved playing the game. And, of course, I guess that's a lot of guys' dream, just to play professional and get your chance. Might as well make the best of it.
There you go. Jordan Simmons now looking to Coach Ransom for the signs. And he will now step into the box. Jordan came in batting .307, 4 RBIs. He flew out to left field. There's a bunt. It's a high bunt, and making the easy put out there is Tony Gonzalez. So Simmons with the bunt, but he can't get it down, and Coach Ransom coming down to have a little conversation with Jordan. So they can't execute the bunt, and that's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, I think he might have missed the sign there. Had 1 out. I don't think Coach wanted a bunt there. He didn't look like he wanted that.
That one's going to be sent up to shortstop, and flipping over to second for the easy out. That was Valentin flipping to Mike Carney. So it's an easy inning again for the Southview Saints defensively, as Admiral King had 1 hit, no runs. There were no errors and nobody left. After 2.5 innings, we're tied at 2, Admiral King and Southview.
When your child gets sick with the usual illnesses an unusual number of times, it could be an immune deficiency called PI. Get the warning signs.
Your lawnmower needs service. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repair. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most service is done on site at your home when it's convenient for you. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service is one of the area's only authorized Briggs & Stratton mobile service dealers. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears and MTD yard machines and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
Home half of the third inning for Southview. They are tied 2-2 with Lorain Admiral King. Glad you could join us on WLCS TV 20. Again, the fine crew today of Don Jacopin, Mike Q, Bob Schellenbaker, and Joe Bach out here at Southview High School. Those guys do a great job bringing you this game. There's a called strike 0-1. Rob Polinsky from AM 930 WEOL, glad to help out on today's game, being joined by Kevin Griffin, member of the Ohio Valley Redcoats. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Carney doubled in the first inning, the senior batting .520, second baseman. He got the first hit for the Saints off of P.J. Carter, who's on the mound. There's a swing and a miss. Carter gets a little revenge right there, strike 3. For Carter, that's his second strikeout of the afternoon. What are some of your goals this year, Kevin, as you get set for the season to begin?
Oh, well, I guess the first goal would be to make the opening day roster, of course, and then obviously you want to play every day and just want to, maybe be the starting catcher, but see how it works out.
Gonzalez takes a look at ball 2, 2-0. Kevin Griffin of the Ohio Valley Redcoats joining us on today's telecast. They'll be playing at Campana Park, June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Ball 3 to Gonzalez.
I know as a team we want to do well, for the city of Lorain, and I believe there's a couple other cities.
I know you guys are going to be going down to Marietta.
Yeah, I think Marietta and Lafayette, Indiana are two cities where we actually play home games.
3-1 pitch. That one's going to be bounced to short. Coming up with it is Ramos. The long throw to first. Bieber comes off the bag to make the play, and in doing so, Gonzalez is safe. Bieber's tall, but not quite tall enough, as he still had to come off the bag to get that one. And Gonzalez is safe on the air, the throwing error by Ramos. And Micah Smith now comes in. Micah ended the first inning by grounding out to Ramos at short. So Gonzalez, the go-ahead run at first. The throw from Carter over to first, and easily getting back is Tony Gonzalez. Boy, Matt Jones shaded way over into right center field. There's a shot down the line. The Saints are going to be running. The rest of the outfield, pretty kind of medium-deep range out there in left and center.
Yeah, they're leaving a big hole between second and first, too. Shading them up the middle a little bit.
That one's high and tight to Micah. You're right, with Bieber holding the runner at first over there, Kevin. Glassbrenner over by the second base bag by Micah Smith. If he hits one between first and second, that'd be an easy single.
Definitely.
There's a swing and a miss. As a hitter, obviously, you have to recognize that. And does that change your thinking when you're up there at the plate?
Yeah, you got to, take a look out there, and if they're playing you like that and the guy's pitching you outside, that's where you got to take advantage of that and just shoot it in the right.
The pitch, that one's going to be a nice stab by Samaskovich, the third baseman. A long throw from his knees in time. What a play by Kevin Samaskovich.
It's a good play right there. I didn't think he had a chance at that ball.
I didn't either. That's the defensive play of the game so far. Samaskovich diving and then made the throw out, and a nice dig by Bieber for the out. Getting to second is Gonzalez, and now we have Vince Calez coming up. Vince walked in the first inning and scored. Swing and a miss, strike one. Vince batting .224. The senior left fielder. Left-hand batter. There's a swing and a miss. The throw to second, and Gonzalez gets back. Ramos a little late getting over there, but he was able to make that play, but Gonzalez got back to second. How are you as a hitter, Kevin?
I believe I'm pretty solid. I'm pride myself in making contact. I don't strike out a lot.
The 0-2 swing and a miss for strike three. So the Saints will leave a runner at second base. In the third inning, there was no runs in air and one left. After 3 innings of play, we are all tied at 2. Southview and Admiral King. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20 Lorain.
I am Mike Delgado of American Midwest Mortgage. If you are looking to purchase or refinance a home, I can personally help guide you in selecting a perfect program that fits your budget. Whether it's a no money down, FHA, investment property, or one of the other programs that I can offer, put that side by side with our low interest rates for a great savings combination. If you want the professional, personal touch, then remember to call Mike Delgado at 440-308-1019.
Se habla español.
It's a sound we take for granted. Life seemed so simple as a child, yet 500,000 children in Ohio have vision problems. Problems that, if not detected early, can lead to loss of sight and difficulty learning. Simple activities like riding a bike can become dangerous. When you register your vehicle or renew your license plates, add a $1 donation to the Save Our Sight Fund and help save the sight of Ohio's children. For more information, call 1-800-755-GROW.
Thanks for giving to Save Our Sight.
Top of the fourth inning from Southview High School. We're tied at 2, and it's been an excellent ball game through 3 innings of play. Chad Glassbrenner, Matt Jones, and Dan Beaver, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up. And when your two teams have records of 16-7 and 16-9, I think this is the type of game you expect. Well played, low scoring. Swing and a miss for strike one. Glassbrenner grounded out to shortstop to end the first inning. 364 batter, has 14 RBIs on the season. The pitch from Bennett, and there's an off-speed pitch. That's a called strike. Again, behind the plate, Bob Funk with that call. And on the bases today, Larry Alton. Bennett has looked strong ever since the first inning when he gave up 2. That one's going to be lifted into shallow center field. Micah Smith racing in, and now he'll go back a step. He almost overran that ball, and it makes out number 1. Now stepping up will be Matt Jones, the right fielder, struck out to open the second inning. Matt with 12 RBIs and a .307 average. That's ball 1 off the plate. Again, Dan Ransom is the head coach for the Admiral King Admirals, and for Southview, it's Brad Turnus. The 1-0, that's going to be hit up the middle. Valentin, the shortstop, has it. The throw to first, just in time for out number 2. Boy, Jones gets down the line pretty quickly, and maybe able to make that put out was Valentin, but he didn't have a lot of extra time there.
No, that was a routine ground ball, it seemed like, but he made it close down there at first.
Dan Bieber now will come up. Bieber struck out in the second inning. Bieber, the first baseman for Lorain Admiral King. That one's low, ball 1. Saints defensively, the infield, back the cut of the grass. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Bieber with that long stride, trying to time that up. Dan, first year playing varsity baseball. Excellent athlete for Lorain Admiral King. 2-1. Bennett looks in. That one's going to be chopped to Valentin. He's been busy. The long throw to first in time, and it's 3 up, 3 down. Another easy inning for Reese Bennett and the Southview defense. The Admiral King Admirals, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 3.5, we're halfway through. We're tied at 2. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. And I won't back down.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Bottom of the 4th inning for the Southview Saints will be Patrick Mcrae leading off. The off-speed pitch is a called strike, 0-1. It'll be Mcrae, Majoris, and Hooks in the bottom of the 4th for the Saints. We're tied at 2. That one's going to be fouled off, 0-2. Mcrae doubled and scored back in the 2nd inning. That one's fouled straight back. So what's a typical day been for you here, Kevin?
Usually we get up, get to the ballpark about 8:39. Practice from 9:30 or 10 to about 12.
That's high, 1 and 2.
Take BP and all that, and then we break and have lunch and come back about 1 to 3:30 or 4 and play a game inter-squad.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one's going to be sent foul. And this is, you know, people obviously, baseball fans, like spring training for the pros, I guess. I mean, obviously, it's tryouts. Not everybody that's here is going to make the ball club. So I'm sure you guys are doing whatever you can to try to make yourself stand out to the coaching staff.
Right. We get started a little bit later than major leagues. But, yeah, this is our spring training. So we just come out every day and, you know, hustle and try to do your best, and hope you have a good day.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Carter. That one's fouled off as Mcrae stays alive. And you said you're a catcher, and there's 3 other catchers. So you guys, you know, you get along. You try to help each other. What's that like?
Yeah, it's, you know, everybody's nice out here. You know, we get along with everybody, and we talk. All the catchers talk and talk about, you know, where we've been, where we played. So it's not real uptight.
Mcrae rips that into center field for a solid hit in front of Rocky Ferraro. He'll get it in, and Mcrae is 2 for 2. What looks to be the strength of your guys' team here early on?
Well, early on the pitching has been really good, I think. Took a couple days, I think, for guys, you know, who haven't seen live pitching in a while to get the bats going. But now we're starting to swing the ball well, and pitching's still doing good. So I think that's good for us.
Matt Majoris comes up. He had a 2 RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Probably the biggest hit of the game so far. Tries to bunt. He fouls it off 0-1. What do you do in the winter to try to get ready to come in here?
Well, actually, in the fall, I took classes still to get my degree, and most guys work jobs or, you know, do whatever and then work out, run, lift, throw, hit every day, things like that.
There's the ball. It's 1-1.
I actually work out with my old college team, helped out coach a little bit, and I got some work in there, and then with my high school team, too, back home. So a lot of baseball. Try to get as much baseball as you can before the season starts.
Throw over to first, not in time. obviously spring a little bit earlier in Virginia, so you're probably able to be out a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little warmer down there. It's not a huge difference, but it definitely is a difference weather-wise. 10 degrees different, I don't know.
1-1, that's low ball 2. Matt Majoris looking in. At first is Patrick Mcrae, who had a leadoff single. This time the bunt does get down. It gets past Carter. Bieber comes off the bag, tries to tag. Is he in time or not? We still don't have a call. I don't think the base umpire was able to see. He looked to the home plate umpire for help, but really the home plate umpire was blocked by the third baseman, Samaskovich, coming up. So we're not going to have a conference, and he is called out. And Brad Turnus is not happy. Brad Turnus is going to have a conversation with Bob Funk. So it's a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, that's tough with a two-man crew trying to get the right angle on that.
Now we have a runner at second and 1 out, and John Hooks will come up. So Majoris did a good job of getting the sacrifice bunt down, and he darn near beat it out. Hooks now, the first baseman, batting .297, 14 RBIs. He grounded into a double play back in the second inning. Mcrae's at second with 1 out. And the pitch plate where it is a called strike, 0-1. Carter looks back to second, the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be hit up the middle. Ramos has it. The throw to first in time, and hustling over to third is Patrick Mcrae. So the put out goes 6-3 for out number 2, and now Manny Navarro, the number 9 hitter, will come up. Manny was safe on an error by Ramos back in the second. But now with Mcrae getting over to third, Kevin, anything that gets past the catcher, and he'll have an opportunity to score.
Yeah, this big for a catcher. You got to block everything up.
Now, with that, as a catcher, obviously you've got that on your mind. It's a call strike. Does that change the pitches that you might call for? You would ask the pitcher to throw in this situation?
Well, not really. You can't let that dictate what you call, because you still want to get the batter out, especially with 2 outs, because you don't want to give up a hit or he'll score anyways.
There's a called strike. It's 0-2.
But you definitely got to be on your toes back there.
Carter with the 0-2. The off-speed pitch is ripped to Ramos on 1 hop. Good stop. The throw to first in time, and the Admirals get out of that one. So for the Southview Saints, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 4, we're tied at 2.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Top of the 5th inning from Southview. We're tied at 2. The Admirals had 2 in the first inning, but they've been held scoreless on just 2 base hits since then. And for Southview, they got both of their runs in the second inning. So 2 runs on 4 hits for Southview and 2 runs on 5 hits unofficially for Admiral King. Anthony Ramos, Rocky Ferraro, Kevin Samaskovich, the top of the order for Lorain Admiral King, facing Reese Bennett. And the pitch, that one's low and outside, ball 1. Bennett's done a heck of a job, Kevin, battling back after he gave up the first 4 hitters reached base for Admiral King, and since then he's shut the door.
Yeah, he's settled down. He's starting to throw the ball pretty good here.
Pitch is a called strike.
Like I said, a lot of times that first inning's the toughest for starting pitchers. I don't know why, but it's just getting used to the mound, or being out there in a real game, something, I don't know.
I think something to be said too in a big rivalry game. You want to do the best you can against your competitor. The pop up there, a high pop up to second base, and Mike Kearney circles under it and makes the put out for out number 1. Rocky Ferraro now will come up. Well, you guys play, what is it, like 80 games in 90 days or something? I mean, you're playing darn near every day here in, what is it, June, July, August, your league?
Yeah, I believe we play a 96-game schedule in 100 days, something like that. So it's every day, yeah.
Ferraro steps in. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single, or an RBI double, I'm sorry, and he scored. Rocky, center fielder, 14 RBIs and a 400 batting average for the young man. Pitch, that one's low and outside, 2-0. The left side of the infield for Southview, you can see they are deep. Gonzalez and Valentin. There's a called strike on the inside corner to Ferraro. Pitch, called strike 2. I'm sure you're looking forward to all these fun bus rides you're going to have.
Yeah.
How do you kill time on the bus?
Oh, I don't know. Try to sleep as much as possible, get some rest. But a lot of times that's hard when you're riding the bus.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Out number 2. You opened the season, you mentioned, in Washington, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I believe we play a 3-game series in Washington and then go to Evansville, Indiana, and then back here in Lorain on June 1st through 3rd.
The pitch, that one's lifted high in the infield. John Hooks, the first baseman, coming over, and he'll make the put out. And another easy inning for Reese Bennett and the Southview Saints. 3 up, 3 down. They go in order. After 4.5 innings, we're tied at 2. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20 in Lorain.
Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
Bottom of the 5th inning, top of the order for the Southview Saints. We're tied at 2. It's Ryan Valentin, Mike Kearney, and Tony Gonzalez. Rob Polinsky from AM 930, WEOL in Elyria, helping out on WLCS TV today. Thanks to Joe Bach for asking for the help. Thanks also to Kevin Griffin from the Ohio Valley Redcoats. Tell us a little bit about himself and the Redcoats, as they'll have play coming up in Lorain the 1st of June, and I know all the baseball fans in Lorain County are looking forward to that. The pitch from P.J. Carter. That one's going to be lifted foul behind the plate. Russell Toth coming back, giving chase, makes a nice play. Toth with a heck of a run up against the fence. A long run in front of his dugout. He hustled for out number 1, and as a catcher, I think you could appreciate that, Kevin.
Yeah, that was a good play right there. That's one of the hardest balls is, of course, as a catcher, the ball behind you, and it's got that backspin on it. You got to get underneath it and let it come back to you.
What's the key to making that play?
Well, obviously you find the ball first, and then you want to get your mask out of the way. See if you got room. And the key to that play would probably be keeping the ball in front of you, because with that backspin, it's going to come back to you.
Mike Kearney now up. He'll take a look at that one. It's 1-1. How about running with that gear on? That has to be a little harder than it looks.
Yeah, it gets tiring after a while. Catcher's got to be in good shape, especially at the professional level.
1-1, that's low and inside, 2-1.
It's worth it, though, because you're always in on every play. You never get bored out there.
The pitch, that one's fouled out of play, 2-2. What do you like the most about playing catcher?
Oh, I don't know. I just like the excitement, getting caught up in the game. I like calling pitches and getting involved, working with pitchers, and reading batters and finding holes in their swings and things like that.
That one's high for ball 3. Who are some major league catchers that maybe you like or you've looked up to or tried to kind of follow?
Well,
that one's fouled. Again, Toth comes back, and this one will be out of play.
I would probably be partial to some of the little guys, you know, not little guys, but maybe like Pudge or LaDuca, you know, because they're smaller guys. I'm not a, you know, big typical 6'4" guy, but I like the little guys that, you know, hustle back there and work every pitch.
Here's the pitch by Carter, and Carney's going to hit that to second. Glassbrenner comes up with it. The throw to first in time for the out. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Southview. Do you have a favorite team growing up in Virginia, Kevin?
Well, yeah, growing up, I always liked the Atlanta Braves. I was a big Braves fan when I was little. They're probably the closest to us, them or the Orioles, and now, of course, the Washington Nationals. But, yeah, I was a big Braves fan growing up.
Tony Gonzalez steps in. He's 0 for 2. Gonzalez takes a cut and a miss, strike 1. Bottom of the 5th inning, we're tied at 2. Nobody on and 2 out. The Southview Saints. P.J. Carter is gone the whole way. That one's lifted into center field. Rocky Ferraro is underneath it, and he makes the put out. 3 up, 3 down for the Saints. And after 5, we're tied at 2. You're watching the Saints and the Admirals on WLCS TV 20 Lorain.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service and banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Top of the 6th inning from Southview. Lorain Admiral King and the Saints tied at 2. It'll be Russell Toth, Jordan Simmons, and P.J. Carter, the scheduled 3 for Admiral King. And Russell Toth is a senior at Lorain Admiral King, and he filled out a bio sheet for us. We'll let you know that his favorite class is anatomy, and his favorite teacher is Mrs. Llewellyn. Says that she's interesting and a very good teacher. So, Russell, I'm sure you'll get a good grade here from Mrs. Llewellyn. Talk about his future goals here in a minute. I'm sure his future goal here is to get a hit. And he's going to hit that one on the left side of the infield, coming up with it and throwing to first. Not in time. The ball gets away from Ramos, and heading into second, the throw, and he is safe as again it gets away. Now Toth's going to get up and head to third. Boy, a couple of errors on the field, and Russell Toth hustled and gets to third base. And that's a huge play to start this inning. Anyway, Russell wants to study pre-medicine and play baseball at John Carroll in Cleveland. He has a 3.913 grade point average. Outstanding for Russell Toth. So what do we go there? A single and a couple errors on that, Kevin?
Yeah, single, and I guess you would have to give an error to the catcher or the shortstop on that one.
Yep.
Never been good at doing the books.
I hear you. Just asking your opinion.
Yeah. That's big, though, with runner on third with no outs and tie game in the 6th.
We've got a pinch hitter now for Lorain Admiral King. Efrain Vasquez will come up, the junior. Batting for Jordan Simmons. He'll take a look at a called strike. So Simmons was 0 for 2. And now Vasquez comes up with an opportunity to give the Admirals a lead. Toth at third, nobody out. He'll take a swing and a miss, 2 strikes. Southview defensively, the infield is in. The play is at the plate. Bennett needs the strikeout here. That one's going to be lifted foul as Vasquez stays alive. It's 0-2. Awaiting on deck is P.J. Carter. And now Dan Ransom, the head coach for Admiral King, wants to have a conversation here. Actually, he's going to talk with the home plate umpire. I'm not sure what that would be about. I think we're going to have a pinch runner coming in here, Kevin.
Yeah, try to get a little speed on third. It's a big run right here.
Kevin Wilson will be the pinch runner for Russell Toth, the catcher. So Wilson will come in to pinch run here in the 6th inning. Vasquez awaits the 0-2. That one's going to be lifted in the infield. John Hooks in foul territory. The first baseman makes the put out for out number 1. And Wilson will stay at third base, obviously. So a big out right there, Kevin.
Yeah, that's huge. You need outs right here. It's a close game. You got to cut that run down at third.
You know, if this catching thing doesn't work out, maybe you can be the color man for the Braves. Sure, TBS will be looking for somebody.
Yeah.
There's a called strike. P.J. Carter's 0 for 2. Carter, right-hand batter. The opposing pitcher takes a swing and a miss, and that one in the dirt.
Good block by the catcher right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Majoris saved a run there, Kevin. As that one bounced into him, and if that gets by him, there's a lot of room here at Southview, and certainly Wilson would be able to score.
Yeah, that's big right there. You got to be tough back there in this situation.
Here's the 0-2 to Carter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Bennett has really battled back after the leadoff single, and then getting over to third on the errors was Toth. So there was a runner at third with nobody out, and now a foul out and a strikeout, and we have 2 outs in the inning, and Chad Glassbrenner is 0 for 2. He'll try to push the run across. Curveball, that's a called strike, and Bennett, right now he's got everything going. He looks like he's got confidence out there on the hill, Kevin, in what he's throwing.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's throwing his curveball where he wants it, and he's got some command out there right now.
Here's the 0-1. And there's another called strike, 0-2. Boy, what a difference. Again, if you joined us from the beginning, you know, the Admiral King Admirals had 2 runs in before there weren't any outs in the game. The first 4 runners reached base, and since then, Reese Bennett has shut the door. Wilson dances down from third, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Southview gets out of it. And you can hear the dugout for the Saints right below us as they are excited as they get out of that one. No runs, they hit a couple of errors and 1 left after 5.5 innings of play. We're tied at 2. The Saints and the Admirals on WLCS TV 20, Lorain.
Your lawnmower needs service. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repair. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most service is done on site at your home when it's convenient for you. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service is one of the area's only authorized Briggs & Stratton mobile service dealers. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears and MTD yard machines and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
Home half of the 6th inning, we're tied at 2. It's been a very good baseball game from Southview. Glad we could bring it to you today on WLCS TV 20. 2 outstanding teams, the Southview Saints and the Admiral King Admirals. Micah Smith takes a swing and fouls off pitch number 1. Russell Toth going back, and he cannot make that play. It's strike 1. Coming up is Micah Smith again, and he'll be followed by Vince Calez and Patrick Mcrae. It's the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in Brad Turnus' lineup for the Saints. The Saints have a 1-game lead in their half of the Lake Erie League division. Admiral King is in 2nd place in their half of the division. They are a game behind Menor. The pitch. That's low for ball 1, 1-1. Smith today is 0 for 2. The center fielder comes in with a 447 average, 4 homers and 35 RBIs. Outstanding offensive numbers. That's ball 2. This is the 24th game of the year for Southview, so he's averaging about an RBI and a half a game. That one's lifted into right center field. Matt Jones, the right fielder, underneath it, and he'll make out number 1. What do you think, the next one who scores wins, Kevin?
I don't know. That'd be a good bet right now, the way this thing's going.
Vince Calez now will step in. Vince walked and singled. I'm sorry, he walked and struck out. He is 0 for 1 with a run scored. Vince, a senior, batting .224. The left fielder has 7 RBIs on the season. Carter and Bennett have hooked up in a pitcher's duel. That one is fouled off, strike 1. P.J. Carter looks into Russell Toth. Here's the 0-1. That's off the plate, 1-1. Calez waiting the 1-1. Here it is. That's a little low, 2-1. Samaskovich at third base, cheating in a little bit, maybe anticipating a bunt. Ball 3, 3-1. When you get in the late innings in a tied game, Kevin, maybe some different thinking. You're just doing whatever you can to get somebody on and maybe scratch one run across. That could be the difference.
Right. Need base runners right here. Like right there was a good at bat, drew a walk. That's a winning run right there. You got to get him over.
So Calez walks with 1 out, and now Patrick Mcrae, who's 2 for 2 with a double and a single, steps up. Majoris on deck. Bieber, the first baseman, trying to hold Calez. And that pitch is wide, 1-0. Against Samaskovich, the third baseman. He's in a couple steps on the grass, looking for a possible bunt here from Mcrae, even though there is an out. There's a called strike. And as Kevin mentioned a few innings ago, that right side of the infield, again, it's open, Kevin, as you've got the second baseman, Glassbrenner, shaded over towards the bag.
Yeah, he's been playing there all day. Kind of surprised at that, but they might be pitching him inside and can't tell from this angle.
That one's lifted to center field. Ferraro can't come up with it, and getting the second base will be Calez, but Ferraro did a pretty good job of decoying Calez, the runner, so he'll have to stay at second. I don't think Calez was quite certain if Ferraro was going to catch that ball or not.
Yeah, it was kind of in between. It was one of those balls where you don't know if a guy's going to lay out for it or not. You got to be careful as a runner.
And now Matt Majoris will step up. Majoris had a 2 RBI single in the second and a sacrifice bunt in the fourth. So he's 1 for 1. 2 on, 1 out. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Calez, the go-ahead run at second. The pitch, a high fastball, swing and a miss for strike 1. But Majoris just helped P.J. Carter right there. These two rivals are locked up in a good one. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. The throw back to second, and getting back there is Calez. Again, coming over to take that throw is the shortstop, Anthony Ramos. Majoris now awaits the 0-2. Pitch, that one's going to be foul tip. And you guys are practicing right here at Southview High School, right, Kevin, with the Redcoats?
Yeah.
So if there are maybe some kids that are interested or anybody wants to come out and watch, they can kind of come out here daily and check you guys out?
Yeah, I believe our practices are open every day. We usually go 9 to about 3, 4 o'clock.
Here's the pitch. That one's going to be swung on and fouled, just staying alive. What's harder, mentally or physically, getting ready and being prepared?
Well, it's a combination of both.
That one's low, ball 1.
You could be in the best physical shape ever, but if you're not ready to play mentally, it doesn't matter. But obviously, physical is a big part of it when you're playing 100 games or 96 games.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. That one's going to be lifted. Dan Bieber comes over from first base in foul territory. He'll make the put out for out number 2. So a big out there for the Admirals as Majoris pops out in foul territory to Dan Bieber. Now there are 2 on and 2 out, and John Hooks will come up. John with 14 RBIs, the first baseman, senior, batting .297. He's 0 for 2. But with 2 outs, anything hits the outfield, and you'd think Calez would have an opportunity to score. Carter trying to get out of a jam. The pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1. John Hooks steps back in. No balls, 1 strike. Carter with the pitch. That one's low and outside, 1-1. You might be able to hear Brad Turnus yelling out the instructions, the third base coach and head coach for Southview, trying to encourage John Hooks. That one's a little low, 2-1. Hoping to get an at-bat this inning is Manny Navarro. He awaits on deck. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Carter. And that's outside, 3-1. So now John Hooks with the advantage. P.J. Carter coming off the mound. I think he's the last couple. Those were borderline pitches. Didn't get the call. Now he'll look in. Carter with the 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice 3-1 pitch. He went and groove a fastball to Hooks in that situation. And now Hooks has to be guessing. Is it fastball or something else off speed? John Hooks asks for time and gets it granted. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now as a hitter in this situation, are you guessing what he's going to throw, or are you just, if it's in the zone, you just try to swing? Do you, when you're a hitter, do you guess, Kevin?
Well, I mean, some guys are guess hitters. I personally just like to react. But in this situation, he just threw a 3-1 curveball. You have to think he might throw it again, even though he already did, and they call it time.
There's the fastball, swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Saints, like the Admirals, with a rally in the 6th inning, but they're unable to push across the go-ahead run. We've played 6 innings from Southview High School. We're tied at 2. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20.
I am Mike Delgado of American Midwest Mortgage. If you are looking to purchase or refinance a home, I can personally help guide you in selecting a perfect program that fits your budget. Whether it's a no money down, FHA, investment property, or one of the other programs that I can offer, put that side by side with our low interest rates for a great savings combination. If you want the professional, personal touch, then remember to call Mike Delgado at 440-308-1019.
Se habla español.
Top of the 7th inning from Southview. We're tied at 2. The Admirals will have a pinch hitter here in the top of the 7th inning, as they are going to try to push a run across any way they can. It'll be Joey Jarnigan coming up. He is a junior. Jarnigan batting for Matt Jones, who was 0 for 2. He'll be followed by Dan Bieber, and then the top of the order, and Anthony Ramos. The first pitch is hit to pretty deep right center field, but going back and making the catch is Manny Navarro. So Jarnigan got good aluminum on it, but he hit it to right field, and he kind of hit one of those atom balls. Now Dan Bieber comes up. Bieber is 0 for 2. Bennett in his 7th inning of work. Both starting pitchers still in the game. They both deserve to win. Obviously, only one team will. That one's a called strike, 0-1. Here's the pitch. That one's lifted into short left center field. Racing in from left field and making the put out. A nice running catch from Vince Calez.
It's a good play right there.
Sure was.
Yeah, I thought that ball was falling.
Calez really, he had a good beat on it, read it well, and was able to outrun that one. And now coming up is Anthony Ramos. So nobody on, 2 out, the top of the 7th for the Admirals. Anthony Ramos today is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. And there's ball 1. For the Saints in the bottom of the 7th, they're going to have their 9, 1, and 2 hitters. It'll be Manny Navarro, Ryan Valentin, and Mike Carney. The pitch from Bennett. There's a fastball that's going to be hit up the middle. Second baseman coming over is Mike Carney. The throw to first. Hooks can't come up with it, and Ramos is safe. So runner at first with 2 outs. And coming up is now Rocky Ferraro. Ferraro is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. With Ramos at first, one would think that he may be running in this situation of a tie game, Kevin.
Yeah, with 2 outs, I'd imagine he probably tried to get a pitch to go on, get that winning run over to second.
Ferraro looked like he was squaring the bunt there. Ramos has 9 stolen bases on the year. The throw to first, Hooks comes off the bag to make the put out. Or I shouldn't say the put out, just the catch. Again, Ramos with 9 stolen bases, and in that category, he is second on the team. The throw down to second as he tries to steal. It's in time, and he is out. So Ramos trying to get something going is gunned down, and the Saints will have an opportunity here in the bottom of the 7th inning to win it. After 6.5, we are tied at 2. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20.
Hi, this is Jim McCrae. Today and every day is the right time to support the American Red Cross, who gives disaster assistance to people when they need it most. You can help the victims of thousands of disasters across the country each year by making a financial gift to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund, which enables the Red Cross to provide shelter, food, counseling, and other assistance to those in need. Please call 1-800-HELP now. Together, we can save a life.
Remember me. You might take meth because of how it feels. But this is how it feels to your heart. The only difference is you can't rebuild a heart.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Manny Navarro, Ryan Valentin, Mike Carney for Southview as we're tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch, that's low, ball 1. Of course, high school baseball, 7 innings. Southview gets a run here, they win it. If not, we go to extra innings. Navarro 0 for 2 on the day. The pitch from Carter, that's a called strike. Again, behind the plate is Bob Funk doing the job, and the base umpire today is Larry Alton. That one's low. It is 2-1. Navarro, a junior, batting .455 coming into the game. The pitch from Carter. That one's lifted foul. After Navarro, again, it's the top of the order for the Saints in Ryan Valentin and Mike Carney. That one's low, and I believe it bounced off the plate. It's a full count. The pitch, that one's hit to right center field, and that one might be trouble, and it's going to fall in front of the right fielder, Matt Jones. That's a single for Navarro. Boy, he hit it, just placed it, hit him where they ain't, and he did right there. Is Jones, the right fielder, it was too shallow for him. Chad Glassbrenner, the second baseman, couldn't get back there, and Rocky Ferraro, the center fielder, was trying to run in, Kevin, but it just fell in between all three of them.
Yeah, that's one of those balls where you probably couldn't throw it out there any better than that. But that's huge for Southview right here, getting the leadoff guy on.
Ryan Valentin now, the top of the order back up. Valentin is 0 for 3 today. And will they sacrifice him? Samaskovich way in at third base. And not able to get the bunt down, and just able to get back to first as Navarro, as Toth threw down to Bieber and darn near got him. Not able to get the bunt down was Valentin, and Toth, the catcher, came up firing, and you saw how close they got to getting Manny Navarro right there. So the Saints will try to execute here. Now Samaskovich takes a couple steps back. He'll cheat back in. The pitch. That one's wide, 1-1. I'll tell you what, Samaskovich, the third baseman, better hope that Valentin isn't swinging away.
Yeah, he's in there pretty close. He might. Hopefully doesn't catch one in them.
There's a bunt attempt. Can't get it. It's 1-2. Now, Kevin, with 1 ball, 2 strikes, you take the bunt off in this situation. These are all decisions that Brad Turnus, the head coach, will have to make.
Yeah, it's a tough decision. I mean, if he's a good two-strike hitter, you might want to let him swing away. I don't know what kind of speed he's got on first. You could possibly steal him.
Here's the 1-2. That one's going to be lifted foul, and Valentin was swinging away that time. Manny Navarro at first. He had a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 7th. We're tied at 2. P.J. Carter with the pitch. That one's going to be ripped into left field for a base hit. Got past a diving Samaskovich, and now runners at first and second and nobody out. So back-to-back singles in the bottom of the 7th, and the Saints have a rally, and it will be Mike Carney, who's 1 for 3 with a double coming up.
Yeah, he couldn't get the bunt down right there, but it worked out for him. He made up for it right there with that hit.
And now with Mike Carney, who came in batting .520, the senior with 12 RBIs, they'll have a decision to make here. Will the Saints be bunting? Runners at first and second, nobody out. Dan Ransom, the head coach for the Admiral King Admirals, he wants to gather his players around the mound and have a discussion. And obviously, here's where baseball, Kevin, can be a chess match between the head coaches and how you want to play the game and what you want to do. If you're the Admirals, are you maybe thinking bunt and having a pitch out here? And again, for Southview, they have a decision to make as well, how they want to play it.
Right. Normally, you would expect the bunt right here, no outs, run on first and second. Even though that run on first doesn't even matter right now. So base hit scores them, wins the game. It's just what he wants to do. If this guy's hot, he might let him swing away. Number 3 batter, I think.
Right. Yeah, you've got the number 2 hitter here in Mike Carney, and he's followed by the real meat of the order. You've got these next 3 hitters. Carney bats .520, Gonzalez .516, Micah Smith .442. So P.J. Carter, the starting pitcher, has his work cut out for him for Admiral King if he's going to try to get out of this one. Also, I would think Dan Ransom might be talking about defensively what they want to do, how they want to play it. If there's a bunt, who's going to cover which bag? You have different plays on for that?
Yeah, a lot of guys do it differently. First base, third base, charging. Of course, the pitcher's crashing. Just depends on what he puts on here. Looks like he's gonna.
We're gonna have a pitching change.
Change pitchers.
So P.J. Carter goes 6 innings plus, and now he is going to switch spots with Kevin Samaskovich. So Samaskovich will come over from third to pitch, and Carter, who did an excellent job in 6 innings, goes over to third base. So Samaskovich comes in to pitch. P.J. unofficially, well, so far he's given up 2 runs. Of course, the runners on base are his responsibility. He did so unofficially on 7 base hits. So P.J. Carter, who came in with a record of 6-1, he cannot win this game. He could be the losing pitcher of record. Kevin Samaskovich comes in, and if I can dig up his stats here, we'll let you know that he is 2-4 on the year. He has pitched 25 innings with 29 strikeouts, 14 earned runs, and a 3.92 ERA for Samaskovich. As we watch him warm up here, you can see he's got some pretty decent heat. Again, we want to thank Joe Bach and his entire crew at WLCS TV 20, doing an excellent job here at Southview, bringing you the pictures of this one between the Saints and the Admirals. Joe and his fine crew of Don Jacobin, Mike Q, and when he's awake, he does a good job, Bob Schlumbaker. Although anyone who knows Bob knows that it's hard for him to get through these games without at least one nap. But I think that's why Joe brings the other guys to kind of put up with Bob with his naps. We want to thank Kevin Griffin from the Ohio Valley Redcoats for joining us. Kevin from Roanoke, Virginia, enjoying his stay in Lorain as they get set to have 3 games in Lorain at Campana Park, June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And I know you want all the area fans to come out and check you guys out.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I know I've talked to several people that are pretty excited about it, and I know it's big for the city because they want to get the team to stay here permanently, so a big turnout would definitely help that cause.
There are runners in first and second, nobody out, and Mike Carney now will come up. We'll see what the Southview Saints have elected to do here, as Brad Turnus and his father Dan Turnus, the assistant coach and longtime head coach here at Southview, chat things over with Carney. So Samaskovich coming in relief. Bieber is in at first base. The pitch, looking all the way, and takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. So the low strike call there went to Samaskovich. It's 0-1. I don't think Kearney was thrilled with that call. He'll square to bunt this time, and he looks at one wide. It's 1-1. Bieber was charging in from first base, but that time the third baseman, P.J. Carter, stayed at his position. Obviously, the Admirals are going to try to get the lead runner on a bunt. Again, the square to bunt. He gets it down, and it's foul, 1-2. Nice bunt attempt by Kearney, as that one was foul. Bieber was coming up from first base trying to make that play, but it bounced foul. Now it's 1-2. And so we'll see if Kearney bunts with 2 strikes or if they take that off like they did with Valentin. Valentin tried to bunt. He had 2 strikes, and then he singled. The 1-2. High 2-2. It gets past Toth, and the runners are going to go to second and third. So the pass ball puts runners at second and third. And now, with a 2-2 count, King really has their back against the wall here, Kevin.
Yeah, that pitch right there, that made it just as good as a bunt for Southview. Right now, a base hit or a deep fly ball, score that run.
The 2-2 to Kearney. That one's going to be lifted foul. Waiting on deck is Tony Gonzalez. The play is at the plate. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. An excellent high school baseball game. Dan Ransom tells the outfielders, come on in. You got to make the play now from where you know you could throw the runner at third out at the plate. 2-2. Samaskovich with the pitch. Curveball. It doesn't get the call. It's a full count. Samaskovich in relief here of P.J. Carter. Manny Navarro at third. Ryan Valentin at second. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. They'll throw to first base for the out. So a huge out right there, Kevin, and the Admirals get the first out. They've got 2 more to get here.
Yeah, that's big right there. Neat outs, and then once again, great job by the catcher blocking that up.
Russell Toth, catcher for Admiral King, doing that good job, as Kevin mentions. And now Tony Gonzalez will come up. Tony is 0 for 3 today, although he was safe on an error back in the third. He flew out to center, and he has popped out to the catcher. So Gonzalez, the number 3 hitter in the lineup, 23 RBIs and a .516 average coming into today. Takes a look at the fastball low for ball 1. Again, the play is at the plate with runners at second and third and 1 out. Got Carter and Ramos in at the cut of the grass on the left side of the infield. Likewise on the right side with Glassbrenner and Bieber. The outfielders are shallow. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1, 1-1. Samaskovich comes set. The 1-1 off-speed pitch. That one is a called strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Samaskovich in relief, trying to get out of this one. He's ahead of Gonzalez, 1-2. The winning run is 90 feet away. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and what a job by Samaskovich, Kevin, in relief, getting back-to-back strikeouts here.
Yeah, that's a great job by him right there. Put himself in a good situation here if he can get this guy and get out of it.
And now the defense can go back and play their normal depth, Kevin, with 2 outs and 2 on, and Micah Smith will come up. Micah, 4 homers, 35 RBIs coming in. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Brad Turnus will have a conversation with Micah Smith, and I think Dan Ransom just said, we're walking him. First base is open, and they are going to walk Micah Smith in this situation. I think that's a good call if you're the Lorain Admiral King Admirals here.
Yeah, that's a good call. You got to play the odds right here. That gives you a force at any base with 2 outs. Definitely the right call.
And now Vince Calez will come up. So Calez, comes up. The left fielder has 7 RBIs, a 224 average. He is 1 for 3 today. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Admiral King trying to get out of a real tough jam. There was 2nd and 3rd, runners in 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out. That one's lifted foul behind us, 0-1. For these two rivals, it's their only meeting this year, and they have both played well today in this one. Pitch, that one's high and inside, 1-1. You know, the one thing with that walk, Kevin, you don't have anywhere to put Calez, since they did have the intentional walk to Micah Smith.
That's true, that's true. He's got to bear down right here and go after him.
1 ball, 1 strike. That one's going to be chopped, and it's down the first base line, and that is foul. It will be 1-2. So everybody will go back, and it'll be a ball and 2 strikes to Calez. P.J. Carter went the first 6 innings and 2 batters of this game. He gave up back-to-back singles to start the 7th. Kevin Samaskovich has come in relief, and he has gotten consecutive strikeouts of Mike Carney and Tony Gonzalez. Then an intentional walk to Micah Smith. So that's where we are with the bases loaded and 2 out. The 1-2. Curveball off the plate outside, 2-2. The 2-2. One's just off the plate as well, full count. Now it's the Admirals who are doing a little barking on the home plate umpire. Full count. It comes down to this. Samaskovich comes set. The full count pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. What a job by Samaskovich in relief, and we're going to have extra innings. After 7, we are tied at 2. You're watching the Admirals and the Saints on WLCS TV 20 in Lorain.
It's something we all agree on. Something we all do. And this is how it's done. The USO depends entirely on the generosity of the American people. Help us support our troops until everyone comes home.
Well, we played regulation 7 innings, and we are going to extra innings. We are tied at 2. The unofficial lineup, P.J. Carter, the starting pitcher, who will get a no decision for Admiral King today. The young man pitched 6 innings unofficially, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. And in the top of the 8th inning, it will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Admiral King Admirals, Rocky Ferraro, Kevin Samaskovich, and Russell Toth to face Reese Bennett. Starting pitcher has pitched a complete game, and he is still on the mound here in inning number 8. The pitch to Ferraro, and that one's going to be ripped to shortstop. Coming up with it is Valentin to throw to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 8th inning. Kevin Admiral King got 2 runs and 3 hits in the first inning, and that's been it. No runs, 3 hits since then. And what's been the key for Bennett this afternoon?
Well, like I said earlier, he had that rough first inning, but he settled down, and he's been throwing his curveball for strikes. And both these pitchers pitch great games. It's kind of a shame that somebody's going to have to lose this game. It's such a good game.
That might be the key in high school, is getting that curveball over for the called strikes.
Well, yeah. get a couple pitches for strikes. A lot of guys can throw the fastball, of course.
That one's lifted into left center field. Coming over is Micah Smith, and now he is going to give way back there to Vince Calez, and Calez makes the put out.
I think you'll find in high school, it's true in any league, that if you throw strikes, a lot of times hitters will get themselves out more than pitchers will get them out. So being consistent is definitely key.
The pitch to Russell Toth is ball one. Toth is 3 for 3. He's had 3 singles. Russell was left on third back in the 6th inning. He led off with a single, got all the way to third on a couple of throwing errors, but he was left stranded there. The pitch from Bennett. That one's going to be high. It will be 2-0. Both teams have had rallies since they've scored, but we haven't had any runs since Southview scored 2 in the bottom of the 2nd. That one's low, 3-0. But waiting on deck is Efren Vasquez. And that one is a called strike, 3-0. It's now 3-1. Toth has a couple homers and 19 RBIs. The catcher bats .227. There's an off-speed pitch, lifted it into left field for a base hit. Trying to make the catch was Ryan Valentin, the shortstop, just past the reach of his glove, and it's a 2-out single for Toth, and his good day continues, Kevin. That young man is unofficially 4 for 4.
Yeah, he's had a great day at the plate. He's seeing the ball real good.
Vasquez comes up. He has batted once today. He's 0 for 1. He came in for Jordan Simmons. So Vasquez comes up with Toth at first and 2 out in the top of the 8th. We're tied at 2. That one's lifted high into center field. Micah Smith with time there. He'll drift over into right center field and make the out. So for the Admirals, they get no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left. After 7.5 innings of play, we're tied at 2. You're watching high school baseball on WLCS TV 20 in Lorain.
Hi, I'm Chris Klug, snowboarder, Olympic bronze medalist, and liver recipient. Every day, we make decisions that affect our lives and the lives of others. I'm living proof that the decision to be an organ donor is the right one. Make the decision to be an organ donor and donate life. Make the decision to be an organ donor. Make the decision to donate life.
For the people in our armed forces, it's a time of sacrifice, a time of duty. That's why we've joined together to form the Armed Forces Relief Trust to help military families cope with financial and medical emergencies at home. The 4 military aid societies gave millions last year to cover unexpected medical expenses, child care, and more. But with so many overseas, the need is greater than ever. They're serving us. Let's serve them in return.
Welcome back to Southview High School. Rob Polinsky being joined by Kevin Griffin of the Ohio Valley Redcoats on this telecast of high school baseball. It's been a real good game between Southview and Admiral King. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning, in extra innings here. So the Saints being the home team, if they can get a run across, they will win the ball game. Patrick Mcrae, Matt Majoris, John Hooks, the scheduled hitters to face Kevin Samaskovich, who's in his 2nd inning of relief. Samaskovich last inning came on with 2 on and nobody out and proceeded to strike out Mike Carney, Tony Gonzalez, and Vince Calez. It was very impressive what Samaskovich was able to do coming on in the 7th inning, Kevin.
Yeah, very. They had a runner on 2nd and 3rd with no outs, and like he said, he struck out the side. That's pretty big lift for these guys.
Called strike to Mcrae, 1 ball, 1 strike. Patrick, designated hitter for Brad Turnus's ball club. That one's high and inside. It will be 2-1. Mcrae today is 2 for 3. A double and a single. The pitch. That one's going to be chopped on the third base side. Coming in is Carter. The throw to first. Not in time, and it gets away from Bieber. Heading into second will be Mcrae, and he'll stop right there. So Mcrae is aboard. I think you got to give him a single and an error, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a tough play for third baseman, for any third baseman to make right there.
So it's an infield hit, but with the throw getting away from Bieber, you give the error to Carter, the third baseman on the throw, and that enables Mcrae to get down to second base. So McRae's at second, nobody out, and Matt Majoris now steps up. Majoris 1 for 2 with a single and 2 RBIs and a sacrifice bunt. The pitch is a called strike. Majoris with that open stance. The junior catcher, the senior catcher, I'm sorry, batting .271 with 11 RBIs on the season. The pitch, that one's going to be bunted. It's bunted right back to Samaskovich. The throw to third, and it's in time to get the lead runner. Samaskovich with the throw to Carter, and out at third was Mcrae. Good play by Kevin Samaskovich, the pitcher, for fielding his position, Kevin.
Yeah, he just bunted that one a little too hard right back at the pitcher. That was a good play on the pitcher's part right there, though.
So there'll be a runner at first on the fielder's choice there with 1 out, as Majoris is at first. And we have a pinch hitter, and I didn't see this young man's number, pinch hitting for John Hooks. Let you know that coming up now is Roger Harris, a junior. So Harris is up for the first time today, left-hand batter. We have a timeout here on the field right now. Runner at first and 1 out. Harris, a left-hand batter. See in my notes if I can find Roger here. Roger is batting .222 on the season. That one's going to be hit foul into the Southview dugout. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, Mcrae didn't have to run. It wasn't like he was forced at third, but it's usually a contact play. When that bunt gets down, you're going, and he was gunned down at third.
Right, he was reading the bunt. He saw it down and trying to get to third with 1 out would be a good play, but it's just too hard of a bunt at that time.
The pitch, there's a curveball that is off the plate. It's 2-1. So now the Saints have the winning run at first with 1 out. And again, Roger Harris pinch hitting for John Hooks. Hooks today was 0 for 3. Samaskovich with the pitch, it's low, 3-1. Awaiting on deck is Manny Navarro. Manny singled in the bottom of the 7th, and he was stranded at third. Samaskovich with the pitch, swing and a miss, as Harris was behind that fastball, and the count is full at 3-2. Samaskovich with a good fastball that Harris was behind. That one's going to be fouled. It will remain a full count. Samaskovich looks into Russell Toth, and here's the pitch. Curveball that's low. Good pinch hitting job by Roger Harris there, Kevin. That young man sit on the bench, and that's the quality of bat. He fouled off some pitches from Samaskovich, and he worked a walk.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things to do in baseball is come off the bench, and you haven't seen any pitches all game, and get up there and get a good at bat right like that. That's a big at bat for him right there.
Now 2 on and 1 out for Manny Navarro, who is 1 for 3. Manny singled in his last at bat, and he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. So at second is Majoris. He's the winning run. He's really the only runner that matters. Harris is at first. 2 on and 1 out. Pitch, Toth with a good stop on that low fastball, 2-0. Resetting the Admiral King defense. Vasquez in left field. Ferraro in center, Matt Jones in right. At third base is P.J. Carter. At short, Anthony Ramos. At second, Chad Glassbrenner. At first, Dan Bieber. The catcher is Russ Toth. And on the mound in relief is Kevin Samaskovich. And now the Admirals will circle everybody up to talk. What do you guys talk about in all those conferences in baseball, Kevin?
Oh, I don't know. I imagine right now he's just telling them to relax a little. Looks like he was, getting kind of tired, and take a deep breath and focus on these guys. But you never know. Sometimes you're just talking about stuff that doesn't even have anything to do with baseball, I guess.
I was going to say, was Bull Durham realistic when they're talking about getting the candlesticks for the wedding?
Candlesticks, and his dad was in the stands.
That's right.
And a couple of had to cut the head off a live chicken.
That's right.
But yeah, no, sometimes you get things like that just to shake it up, guys joking around. But most of the time you're talking about, what you want to do here and how you want to play these guys, how you want to play the defense and stuff like that.
But that would just be to break the tension?
Yeah, sometimes as catcher, it's good for him to go out there and talk to his pitcher and just, maybe tell him a joke or something just to relax.
The pitch. That's 2-0. I never knew that a catcher had to be a jokester as well.
Yeah, you gotta kind of work with your pitcher and find ways to relate to him. I played with some crazy guys in the past, not on this team, but
3-0. There's a called strike.
Everybody's different.
And I imagine you have to learn how to handle different guys in different ways.
Right.
Some guys you're serious with, some guys you can maybe joke with.
Exactly. Everybody got a way to relate to them. You just got to learn the personalities.
3-1, and that one is ball 4. So now the bases are loaded on the walk, and Dan Ransom, the manager for the Admirals, I think he wants an explanation as to where that pitch was. So Navarro goes to first. Harris, the pinch hitter, goes to second, and at third is Major. So the bases are loaded, 1 out. And Dan Ransom, again, the manager, the head coach for the Admiral King Admirals, is up having a conversation with Bob Funk, the home plate umpire. Dan's still out there. And we have Ryan Valentin, the top of the order, coming up here in the bottom of the 8th. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. The play at the plate. The pitch. There's a called strike, 0-1. Now if you're the infield here, play at the plate, you could get a double play as well. You got to make that determination, I guess.
Yeah, you could have the infield up the middle. You could play him back and look for a double play.
That one's going to be hit up the middle to Ramos. He's going to throw to the plate. There's out 2. The throw to first. Not in time, and the bases will remain loaded on the fielder's choice. And Bieber did a good job at first base catching that throw from Russell Toth. So now there are 2 outs on the fielder's choice. That one goes 6-2 for out number 2. Being forced at the plate was Majerus. Going to third is Harris, and at second is Navarro. Valentin's at first, and Mike Carney comes up. He's 1 for 4. He struck out in his last at bat. So the Admirals trying to get out of another rally here for Southview. They did so in the 7th. Can they do it here in the 8th? Bases loaded, 2 outs. That one's just inside on the fastball, 1-0. Mike Carney came in, the senior, 12 RBIs, came in batting .520. The pitch, that's low, 2-0. So Carney out an advantage here, and he's in his 5th at bat. In this situation, you take until you get a strike here?
Yeah, I would say, as a hitter, you're looking for 1 pitch in the zone, but right here, 2-0, I'd say you gotta take one, make him throw your strike.
Here's the 2-0. That's high, 3-0. Well, now we know he's taken 3 balls, no strikes. The count to Mike Carney. Kevin Samaskovich has walked 2 in this inning. There's also been a single, and the Saints trying to scratch across the winning run here. The 3-0. Ball 4, the game's over. Well, you hate to see it end that way, but Southview scores the winning run in the 8th inning on the bases loaded walk, and they are going to win it 3-2. The Saints are going to improve to 17-7 and 12-2 in the Lake Erie League. The Admirals, a tough loss for them. They'll drop to 16-10 and 9-5. So the Saints get one run in the eighth, the Saints get one in the eighth and win it 3-2. Admiral King got 2 runs in the first inning. The Saints got 2 in the bottom of the second and then 1 in the eighth. Heck of a game from these two rivals in the city of Lorain, and Reese Bennett gets the complete game victory, goes 8 innings. He is 3-2 overall. P.J. Carter started, went the first 6 innings, and in relief, Samaskovich gets the loss, going 2 innings, and it was a great pitcher's duel between these two rivals, Kevin. It was a really good baseball game today.
Yeah, that was a great game. I mean, it's a shame somebody's got to lose a game like that, but you know, both teams played hard, and that's how it goes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
You got Bull Durham again.
Yeah.
So, hey, I want to wish you the best of luck, the Ohio Valley Redcoats. We hope you make the club and you enjoy your time in Lorain, and best of luck to you as you start on your professional career. And thanks again for your help today. We enjoyed it, and we're going to watch for you this summer.
I appreciate it, Rob. I've enjoyed my stay so far, and hopefully I'll make the squad and we'll bring home a championship to the city of Lorain and our other cities.
There you go.
But thanks for having me.
No problem. It was our pleasure. Again, we want to thank the crew here today. It was Don Jacobin, Mike Q, Bob Schunbaker, and Joe Bach bringing you this telecast on WLCS TV 20. I was glad to help out Ron Polinsky from AM 930 WEOL. Again, the final in 8 innings, it was Southview 3 and Lorain Admiral King 2.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.